Okay, for round two, we are on the draw, not by choice. And we kept a pretty stable hand. For this match, I would have definitely watched his replay to decide to be on the player draw. But obviously, it doesn't really matter since he got to choose. This could be interesting. Pseudo mirror match. Ooh, that's something I don't have. That's pretty good. Huh. I actually take more damage if I block. Let's see, I should figure out my game plan. Well, next turn, the best thing I could do is a Vessel in preparation for playing Latch Seeker. I can also get ready to barter, and that's a good reason to block, I think. Or no, maybe it's not. I think taking this is actually correct. Actually, I take less damage. I just take the 1. Don't have to worry about taking 2 damage next turn or anything. Or 2 damage this turn, even. So I've drawn Island. But playing Latch Seeker into this board might not be correct. Because I do plan on bartering, I think. If I play Latch Seeker, barter becomes dead. Until I draw another creature to sacrifice. Though I guess I could just go with the game plan of playing Latch Seeker and not playing barter for a while. I don't know. I don't know how either of these are going to work out, because even the playing barter plan isn't that great, because he's going to get this guy back, obviously. And if he plays another creature, he gets the choice of what to sacrifice. But I don't really want to keep this guy around if I can afford not to. I could always draw Deathwind, too. But yeah, barter's not getting any better. I mean, I suppose if I traded Butcher Ghouls twice, then I could get max value out of barter. And that's probably something I should have thought about, but to do that I would have to take 4 damage, and he would have to gain he would gain 4 life. I would take 4 damage, and then I would take the extra damage from this, and he would gain more life. So I went with this plan, and if he'd played a creature, it would have bit me, but he didn't. Yeah, I took 3, so I would be at like 11 or 13, and he would be at like 26. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm doing the math right on that. All right. So he's playing blue. He's got a flying Butcher Ghoul. Gonna tank. Gonna skip my draw step. Then So he hit his 5th land drop, and it was an island, and the best he could do is play Wingcrafter. That means his hand's either got a lot of removal, it's got swamps in it, or it has cards that cost 6 or more. So does that really influence my game plan here? Well, I would like to save the Deathwind if I can. And currently I can. I can obviously wait on that, at the very least, until his turn. Though if I'd left this guy back with intention of Deathwinding, I could Deathwind this guy and then block the Wingcrafter. Okay, 5-drop. So and he drew another island. So he actually had. Wait, is that possible? He would have played this last turn if he had it. Unless he's playing around another barter. There's something I'm not understanding here. He would have played an island before turn 5 if he had one, so he has to have drawn 2 islands, so he's playing around a second barter, I think. This is kind of an interesting situation. I think I'm gonna plan on Deathwinding this. Play this guy, Deathwind this, block, get my 2-drop back. So, leaves me with doing nothing this turn. And last turn I bluffed Vanishment. I guess it's going to be insignificant though, because there's no point where I could leave it open. And even if I did, there's nothing he can really do to play around it. I just gave him some false information that he can't really use. So if you drew an island last turn, we're going to go with that. Then, what can I glean about his hand now? Still potential for removal. Unhallowed Pact. Huh. Interesting. That's odd. I guess I have to spend this now. Otherwise, I just end up dying to 3-power flying creatures. And if I wait for that to resolve, then he gets to pair with Renegade Demon. If I ever kill the Wingcrafter. Okay. Really? That's what you're gonna do? Alright. I mean, I guess his creatures are dying soon anyway. But, yeah, I still take this. And then I have Crippling Chill for the Taskmaster. And there's my Grizzlebrand land. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with the Butcher Ghoul here. Okay. Was pretty certain he would actually block there. So as for my read on his hand, I'm guessing it was just lands. No expensive creatures and no removal. He could actually have a creature in his hand, but he has Taskmaster, so he can't play it. So that's also actually a possibility. So in this situation, I ended up playing Seclusion. I wouldn't do that every time. Sometimes I would save it. But I feel like the surprise factor is mostly irrelevant now, and the mana actually would be relevant. Or could be relevant. good draw. I don't mind so much that you didn't draw it last turn. Hmm. Huh. So let's see. I can put him at 1. Or I could try to come up with a different game plan here. See, if I play Apprentice and barter away, Apprentice and Latch Seeker, I'd have a 4/2 with Undying. He would also then have, I'm assuming, the Butcher Ghoul and the Alchemist? Or, no. Well, he'll already know what I'm sacking, so he'll probably keep the Taskmaster and... So sack the Alchemist and the Butcher Ghoul. Block with the Butcher Ghoul. You know what? Me getting life there actually puts him unable to win the game. But I don't know if that's worth the risk here, because then I'm opening myself up to all kinds of things. And I'm pretty sure I don't want to do that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to draw a card. Okay, alright, so I think now he has 6 power in play, so maybe drawing that card was a mistake. Is there any way you could deal with this? He could Crippling Chill this. That would end me. I don't know, but he's not going to be able to have 6 power in play in his turn because of the Taskmaster. Alright, so yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to work out fine. And I could attack with this, but he would probably add block sack, leaving me with just a tapped creature, so I'm not going to do that either. Oh, you know what he could have? Mental Agony, I think is what it's called. That'd be a tough one to play around, though. Bone Splinters, okay. So he's not dead. And this is actually good for him. Any creature there is exactly what he needed. But I think I'm still in fine shape, because I get to attack. It's definitely going to eat one of his creatures, obviously, since he's at 1. And even if he wasn't, he would still block and sack to prevent me from gaining life. And that allows me to barter. I get my ghoul back. And I get to cast Marabats if I choose to. There's actually good reason either not to or to play it. Barter and Blood is a reason not to play it, as well as Homicidal Seclusion. But the fact that he's at 1 and it's a flying creature is a good reason to play it. But I prefer this and the barter, because if he barters me there, I'm probably dead. Don't think I want to take that chance. And whereas this play still kills him, he like almost no matter what he has, or at least it keeps him dead. It just doesn't make me overextend. Oh, Crippling Chill, ooh, that is pretty good. That's actually the best thing could have, but that plus a creature would be the best thing could have. And he didn't have a creature. Do I stand by my play? I think I do. Especially since he didn't have a creature last turn. Actually, no. I'm an idiot, because I forgot this is not untapping. Yep, I'm dumb. Holy shit. If he controls a demon, then I lose? Yeah, I'm an idiot, by the way. I can't afford to play around Barter and Blood. Oh, discard a card. Oh, yeah. Okay. I can't afford to play around Barter and Blood since this guy's not going to win the game next turn. Buh. So now I also know that I need to play around discard. I wasn't playing around discard because I have actually something to play into with all my lands, and that would be Grizzlebrand. Even when I have 8 lands in play, I can still keep playing lands so that I can Grizzlebrand, draw cards, play more spells. Alright, I was pretty certain I was gonna die, but I'm not dead quite yet. Okay, I don't know why he played that though. Because he has to attack, and this is gonna get bounced back to his hand. So the only reason to play that would be if he actually has me dead and he just wants a little bit of insurance, even though I would just bounce or kill his guy in response to the shield mate. Oh, he's not attacking, that's why? How does that make any sense? Another crippling chill? Nope, okay. I will kill you. Deathwind. So he could have killed me last turn? And he just didn't want to? Okay. So that was pretty disappointing. Man. Felt like I had the game locked up. I mean, I did make another mistake that game by not playing the bats, but it doesn't look like it would have mattered. Because he had Deathwind. Wow. Gotta play a little tighter. So, Geist Snatch is what I'm thinking about here. I don't have any really bad cards in this matchup or anything, so I think I'm just gonna leave it. And Geist Snatch is still not that exciting, obviously. Probably should have chose to draw. I'm just too used to choosing to play that I didn't even think about it. Yeah. In this matchup, definitely drawing first. Grizzlebrand. Alright, Grizzlebeard. I think this game might come down to you. It's an interesting card for a blue-black deck to play. I don't think I would be playing that in many of my blue-black deck lists. I'm gonna spend this, I think. I would much rather save the Deathwind, and this is pretty good value out of this. It looks pretty cool when it's white. Ah, Barter. Alright, I guess I'm not playing Latch Seeker. And wow, I actually have to draw Swamp to be able to cast this. Not an island. That's kind of sad. What? What is wrong with this? Literal no no text Devastation Tide just because you drew it this turn? Alright, that's fine. Just because you draw a miracle doesn't mean you have to cast it. Oh god, that's funny. And I suppose he does that so he can attack me for 3 this turn, because otherwise this card's going to be dead. So I do have a read on that, obviously, but I don't know if it matters. I might just have to Deathwind this, because it's gonna provide too much damage. Also, if I Deathwind it, then he's gonna extend his 0-1, and then I can barter. So I think that's what I'm doing. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Jeez, really? And I draw a barter. uh... That's really awkward. Okay. This guy's full of miracles. So he's time walking us in some fashion. Is he really not going to overextend? Or extend into a barter? I'm guessing he's not. That's just killing me. Oh, he is. Okay, good. Ah. So I lose 2, he gets his guy back. Barter is supposed to be a little better than this, I think. I mean, it was still a 2-for-1, but it just wasn't as good as I'd like. Maybe it's just not as good as it seems. Alright, drew the swamp. So my question now is, do I just run Grizzlebrand out? By waiting, I'm protecting from Geist Snatch, but I'm opening myself up to Deathwind. And Deathwind is the card that I know he has, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast. Actually, I guess he could Deathwind it next turn anyway, but at least I'll make him have it. Or make him have to have it. Okay, he's in play. And I'm excited. If he Deathwinds it, we're gonna have fun, I suppose. Vanishment? What? Huh, another Vanishment. This guy has so many miracles. Go down to 5. The only thing that would do is let me is allow me to play different spells next turn. And I think I just want to cast Grizzlebrand again, because if that's the best he can do, then I'm definitely wanting to cast it again. So I'm not going to bother wasting my life. Is this a top deck to Deathwind? I think it is. Yes. Okay. I go down to 3. I, I can still recover life with homicidal seclusion, so I'm gonna go ahead and pay the 7 here. If I had no ways to gain life, I'm not sure if I could afford to do that. Yeah, I probably could. I mean, I know he has the scroll, but he doesn't have a demon in play, so I would probably take that chance. Okay, so I can play around my own barter, but I think I'd rather just Spectral Prison, just so I don't take any more damage. So prison, and then I want to play either one creature or have a method of getting down to one creature next turn. Let's see. So I think I just have to play one creature, so I might as well make it the best one. Yeah, I could still play this, but I have no way of getting down to one creature next turn, so I'm not doing that. Although I suppose I could have played around Ghoul Flesh. I would have to play this guy. Oh, no demons, no demons, no demons. Okay, so he could roll the dice and try to draw. I think there's one demon here that costs less than 5. All right, he didn't bother. So yeah, that's got to be game. I mean, he doesn't know I have the seclusion yet, but as soon as it hits play, I think it's over. Alright, looks pretty good to me. Any point in casting more creatures? Nope, I don't think so. I think this is the best thing I could be doing right now. Ha. Ha. It was the next card. See, so I'm still racing here. Not by a lot. So I guess, and he's at 8? Oh, that's such an awkward number. I guess, let's see, 4, 8, 11 mana. Guy. Or this guy. So then I have 7 unblockable power. He blocks my 2 other guys. What if I just bartered? If I play Butcher Ghoul, Tandem Lookout, barter, that doesn't really do me any good at all. So I just have nothing here. Actually, the one thing I can do, I can play Driver or Latch Seeker and just block this guy. Then I still have, either way, I still have enough power, or the same amount of power. Let's make it Latch Seeker. Because this way, if he doesn't attack, I can Soul Bond and draw a card. Oh, that's another card to play around. How much do I really care about drawing a card now? not so much. And since he's at 1, might as well just play this guy. Alright. Okay, and for the third game, I think we're going to be on the draw because he chose to play the first time. Actually, you know, that's not true. He didn't know the matchup necessarily, so he may actually choose to draw. It's possible. Stolen goods. Stolen goods and unhallowed pact are two cards that I actually could board in here. But once again, nothing stands out to be cut. Yeah, the deck is just good enough already. So we'll run it. And we're probably going to be on the draw, hopefully. Yes, we are on the draw. And this hand is not too exciting. But I think I'm going to keep it, yeah. It's a pretty poor hand, but for one thing we have a removal spell. We have another card to buy us some time. And he mulliganed, and his deck isn't that fast. So just having 5 lands is already, like, not that bad. Wow. That's a good sign for us about his play skill. You do not turn 1 appetite for brains. Like, he happened to hit a card, but the chances of hitting a card aren't even that good on turn 1. But the point is that you want to hit the best card you can, so you want to wait until the last moment, which would be after my turn 3. So very clearly bad play. And he would have actually hit Mistraven, which is much better than Into the Void in this matchup. Hell, Into the Void is actually a card that I could have boarded out. Just because this matchup has nothing to do with tempo at all. Unless, of course, I draw a Tandem Lookout. But if I ever draw a Tandem Lookout, I'm already looking pretty good. Just happens I don't draw it. Polluted Dead. Alright. I could Crippling Chill plus Spectral Prison that. What a combo. Yeah, I'm not going to do that though. I'm still going to play into my barters. Man, I always draw this card before I draw barter, it seems like. But I am going to put a stop here. Or, I could just respond. Let's see, respond to the trigger. I don't know. It doesn't really make a difference. But I'm going to do that though. Seclusion. I would now like to have 1 creature in play. Any way I can play around this, or... Oh, did he didn't bond either, okay. Or no, did he bond? The arrow points at it, but it doesn't say hexproof on it. That's confusing. Well, let's see if I can cast this. Nope, I can't cast on them. Alright. So I could just ignore the seclusion. And play Latch Seeker and continue beating. And actually, you know what? That seems fine, because I'm winning that race. And of course I could still Spectral Prison this guy next turn, if I want to. Or no I can't. They're bonded. Okay. So I can't do that. You know, maybe I could just discard the Seclusion whenever he chooses to scroll me. That way I can still draw Gristlebrand and have a chance of casting it. And is the Seclusion dead? I guess it's not dead yet. If he end-stepped the scroll, I would have had a choice to make. Oh, he just does it now after he gives me as much information as he can? Alright, I'll take it. So which one? See, if I just stop attacking next turn with the Seclusion in play, he can't really attack me, cause it'll let this get active, and I'll get to trade with one of those, get my ghoul back. So I could just stop his assault. It would stop mine as well. But I think that's a viable play. And also, I could just discard Spectral Prison. He has no creatures that I can play it on currently. I suppose... No, that's not good. That's not legitimate enough. He could play any... He could play, like, he'd be like missing a swamp here and trying to cast the 5/3 demon. The mass of demons. So keeping this around is actually pretty relevant. Whereas the land for Gristlebrand is not too relevant because by the time I draw Gristlebrand, it'll be pretty likely that I've drawn 2 more lands. Oh, this guy. When this guy dies, destroy target land? What is that? Oh, what is that? We've drawn another Vanishment off the top? Actually, I'm pretty okay with that. Oh, non-land permanent. Oh, that sucks. I thought it was artifact creature. I guess... I don't know why. I didn't think it hit enchantments, but obviously that's acceptable. And also that it can't hit lands. Alright, that's fine. I can still just block and draw it. Yeah, I think he played that without thinking about it, once again. Huh. Actually, if I block here... Actually, either one I block, he could leave the ghoul, he could leave the bird alive, and the ghoul will come back. But that's fine. If he does that to play around Seclusion, then I'm okay with that. Okay. Okay, I like how that turned out. Trying to remember my bluffs here. Blue has Outwit. I don't think black actually has anything. Oh no, it has Human Frailty, which is obviously irrelevant in this matchup. Okay, he hit his Swamp. So if he has Massive Demons, this is the time he's going to play it. Okay, he doesn't play anything. That's interesting. And he blocks. That is really interesting. I'm just going to stop this guy in his tracks now. Since he showed me he has no other creatures. And I can't really do anything else with my mana. I feel like I might as well do that, even though it's not really doing anything. And there's Unhallowed Pact. I mean, even if he blocks here, like, next turn, that's still not that bad. Wow, really? That's without a doubt good play. Kind of a blowout. Still not very fearful. Seclusion is gonna go to town. Ah. So 5 power flyer, 6 power unblockable. I'll go with the 6 power unblockable. Man, he's drawing pretty well. I still don't know if there's a combination of cards he can draw to not lose this game, but it's gone pretty well so far. And non-bow. So I guess now I'd rather have the flyer. Well, not really, actually. I mean, being able to block this one time is not really a big deal in comparison to just getting in for more damage and gaining more life at a time. And this way I can also attack with this and then possibly play this after combat and have a blocker. Yeah, it looks like we're going to win this one, so going to end up 1-1. Coming back, we have a long way to go. I guess it's not that long. Just 2 more wins. And our deck is good enough to do that. Oh, I forgot to play around that. And yeah, I actually should have played around that, despite the fact that I have Grizzlebrand in the deck. I should have kept the Swamp and kept the Drake when he made me discard. Still not worried, if that's not obvious. Though, if he does draw a removal spell now, he could actually beat me. And that would be because I made a mistake. Mist Raven, halfway there. He could also draw his other Vanishment. Right, that's a very helpful card. That changes the clock so that I can survive. Actually, I should upkeep it. I think, yeah. And a Deathwind. Okay. So, almost made another mistake that cost me. Definitely need to be playing a lot tighter.